Okay, so we're looking at what's in the quotation record on a client's record. We're in Mr. Bear's record here. If we go to the quotations tab at the top here, that takes us into where all the quotes and history is stored in the record. You can see at the top here there's already one under the quotation summary. There's already one previous quotation on the record here, and you can see the details of that quotation that we did in this section here below. So you can see that we've previously quoted for a bedroom and a lounge carpet. Let's just add a new quote on now. We click the add new quote button, and you can see that's added a new quotation into the top here, and obviously at this section at the bottom that says item details for selected quote number 9, there's no information yet because we've not added any items onto this quote. Now, a couple of ways that we can add items onto this. We can add new items on by clicking into the add item box, and if we know what the item code is for an item, we can pop this in here. So I know that L is lounge carpet, so put L in there, hit tab, and that'll add the lounge carpet onto the item details here. It's set up as manual pricing within the Forever Free edition, but what we do allow you to do is add the dimensions of the rooms. So if you're on site or whether the client's giving you over the phone, if you're in the quantity field here, if you tick the little box, this box opens up for you, and you can choose whether you put in meters, yards or feet in for this. So let's the system defaults to meterage as the default, but let's say you prefer feet. We can put a tick in the box that says feet, or the client gives you feet measurements over the phone. We can put in here, let's say it's an L-shaped room, so we've got a 20 foot by, if I put in there 20 foot by 12 foot lounge, and attached to that there's a 12 foot by 12 foot dining room, but off the corner of the lounge there's a hallway. We can tick the subtract box and put in there that that's 3 foot by 8 foot wide, and then when we tick the check box, that'll calculate there's a total of 360 square feet there, which equals 33.45 square meters. So when we click OK, you can see that the quantity has been entered in there for you. Now in this we offer you 4 service levels. They're fixed, the 4 service levels here, they're fixed as clean only, clean and protect, healthy home and other. And we're manually pricing, so we're going to pop the clean only price in here to keep it simple, £100, clean and protect at £150, and the healthy home at £160. I'm going to leave the other field empty because I'm not going to quote for that. But what we also allow you to do is quote for extra services, so things like additional treatments. So if we click the box here, it opens up. We've got an anti-allergen treatment. I can choose that one, and I can put the price in there. And if I tick in the box, the green boxes mean that it's waiting for information from you. So if I tick that in there, and that's put the £30 in for the anti-allergen treatment. What we also allow you to do is record discount codes and choose these from the list to apply. So at the moment there's no discounts applying to this. If I click the box, it drops down and shows you the discounts that are available, 10%, 100%, etc. One of the ones here is 10% clean only, 20% off clean and protect, and if I show you how that works. If you choose that, you'll notice that we've not actually discounted the line item prices here, because we always want to show the full price here. But if you want to see the discounted price, we can click the button that says show discount, and that opens up and you can actually see what the discounted prices are. So you've got the clean only is 90, less 10% is £90, clean and protect is 20% discount, makes it £120. So we can click the show discount again, and that'll make that disappear. The other thing that you can record on here is item notes. So if there's a split seam, you can record that in there, and that'll keep that associated with that line item. So when you add that to the quote, that'll be printed on there as well, and I'll show you where that happens. The other way that you can add items on, if you can't remember what the item codes are, if you tick this little box here, little blue box, it opens up and all the codes are in there. So anything that starts with a 2 is in there. So for instance, a 2-bedroom house carpets, the full house. Let's have a look. B, bedroom carpets. So let's put a bedroom 1 on here. You would just click that item and you can see that's added bedroom 1 on there. Again, I can put the quantities in if I want. So let's say this is 13 foot by 12 foot, and click check, and again tell it that that's feet, click check, click OK, and that puts that in. I'm just going to put a couple of prices in here. Let's assume that's 50, 75 and 85. We can put those in there as well. Now, if you've previously quoted for items and you just want to add them onto this quote again, what's available is a complete quote history for all items that have been quoted for in the middle here. Now, it's not visible until you click this little plus sign. When you click the little plus sign, you can see all the previous quotes that have ever been given. So I've done a quote for bedroom 1 this time, but let's say I've got a quote there for the previously different bedroom. If I want to add that bedroom onto this quotation, I can just double click that bedroom carpet, and that will add that onto this current quotation as well. And then I can just tick the little box that's got the minus sign in to remove that quote history, so I can now just see the prices that are here. And if I want to, I can update these prices here manually again. So if I want to change that from £75 to £90, that's not a problem. I can manually change those prices, and that updates those throughout the system as well. So now we need to decide what we're going to print out or display on the screen to show the client, and we give you a few options and make it as flexible as possible. On this button here that says Service Report, if we click that, it drops down. Now, in the Forever Free edition, all the items are under what we call the service group of base services. So they're all under the Clean Only, Clean and Protect or Healthy Home option. In the other editions, there's an opportunity to set up different service groups and have different column headers and a little bit more flexibility. But in the Forever Free edition, everything's under this base services here. Now we decide what we're going to show about this report that we're going to print out or just display on the screen. So do we want to display the quantity? We can tick that or untick that to display that. I'm just going to leave this as it's set here, as we're going to show the Clean Only, Clean and Protect and Healthy Home. I'm not going to bother showing the other option because there's no price in there for other. I'm going to show the extra one option because there is a price in there for the extra anti-allergen treatment. I'm going to leave off the extra 2, but I am going to show the item discount there as well. Okay, so you can customize which of these prices that you display to the client. So then we just decide which report ID, and we do that from here. So I'm going to do this landscape and click report, and then we're going to preview that on the screen. So I just need to drag over the screen preview that we've got there onto the screen so that you can see it there. It's perhaps not clear because of the size on here, but it's popped your company details in here from what you entered in the license details. It will add your logo in here as well, and there's a separate video about how to make sure that appears. It has all the client information and details on here, a quotation date and number. It's got the description in, the headers for Clean Only, Clean and Protect, Healthy Home, the extras. So it's only displaying the items that we asked for. You've got the bedroom 1, bedroom, and the lounge carpet. You'll notice the lounge carpet, the item details have pulled through, the item notes, sorry. So split seam by door. So when you leave this with the client's under no illusion that the damage was already there before you actually cleaned it. So there can be no disputes at a later date. You'll see that it's already totaled those up for the individual services, and also then it shows you the total after the discount as well. On this report there's 2 boxes, there's the box here and the box here, and you can customize the text that's in there, and as part of the setup videos that you'll see, it shows you where you would edit the text that would appear in here on this custom report. So if I just close this one down, that's a very brief overview of how to add items onto a quote. The other thing that we allow you to do is record what type of quote it is. So in this line at the top here, under the summary line, we can choose quotation type. So is it a visit quote? Have you been to site to do this quote? Is it a telephone quote? The client's rung in and you've given this price over the phone. Is it a telemarketing quote? So have you done some activity that's generated this quotation? And a courtesy quote as well. What we'll often do is, if you're asked to do a quotation for the suite, we'll often do an additional quote while we're there, call it a courtesy quote for the lounge carpet, and then in some of the other editions it allows you to do some clever marketing. But predominantly in this edition you'll be looking at the visit quote, the telephone quote, telemarketing and email, and those ones there. We can also add in quote notes here, and that's again a free text field that allows you to just enter items, enter notes about that particular quotation there. So that's an overview of the quotation record in the Forever Free edition.